Ladies and gentlemen, the Adult Baby Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 169. I am B.
Chick.
I'm Chris.
Ooh, look who's
What's
back.
up?
Chris is going back in time in Serbia. He's looking like he's in the 80s.
What's up, man? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm rocking it.
With
Yeah,
the
you
denim
look-
I got my
jacket,
denim, everything. I wear denim.
and you got your
head to
Run
toe.
DMC Adult Babies
Yeah.
show style.
I wear this shirt almost every day.
I love it.
Repping.
How you doing?
Great, man. Doing great. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
because I was gonna pester you guys to come on last month, but the Airbnb we were in had like no internet. So
You
it
don't
would have
have
been a
to
shit
pester.
show.
Just have to ask.
No, well, I didn't because it would have been a
I
shit
didn't
show.
still
have any
tag
internet.
you on every post just so you always feel like you're.
I do see it.
part of
I
the
do
team.
see it. I'm like, I look for where you tag me in the picture sometimes too. I'm like, oh, there's me.
Yeah, you're out in the corner over
Yeah.
there.
I don't know where else to tag you.
So what
Um,
time is it over there, Chris?
It's what is it? 11:45.
Okay. All right.
Which
So
is
it's
nice. It's earlier. We're
5:45
usually
hour
doing
time.
this at 2 a.m. my time. So this is nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's
This is nice. I tried something different too. In the past, I've like napped and then had coffee before doing this, but this
Mm.
time I'm just staying straight up.
you're just going straight through.
Going
All right,
straight.
good.
So we'll
Wait,
see
is
what's up,
11:30
but-
usually late for you?
Yes, very.
Really?
Yeah. I start the
What is
day
the
early.
nightlife in Serbia?
Ton of it. I'm not in Serbia anymore, by the way.
Oh, where are you now?
So
Wait,
we got
what country
we
you
got
in?
we got
Yeah, we have to
months to
let's back
recap
up.
here.
Let's start at the beginning.
let's start at
Where
the
the
beginning.
hell are you?
Last time we spoke, we were in Serbia. Since then we went to North Macedonia
Mm,
for about a month, and then yesterday we arrived in Albania.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to hit all the yuhs.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to get as complicated as possible. So let's start with going from Serbia to Macedonia for a second. Number one, can do without Macedonia. You don't need to go.
Okay, good.
Can you tell everybody who's not a geography major where exactly you are in a map?
Yeah, if you pull up your Apple Maps and type in Albania, you'll find it.
No, I'm curious. Where are you in
It's
the
like-
grand scheme of Europe?
It's
Yeah,
like
if you would point to a map on a podcast and show us where you are.
yeah, you know
I'm
what I
not
was thinking?
saying
I'll unroll
point to
it.
a map. I'm just saying on a map. Where would you
What
be?
hemisphere are you in, Chris?
I'm like right above Greece.
I don't know why that question is so ridiculous.
So you're above Greece.
I'm right above Greece.
Jeez,
What a tough question.
Yeah,
Greece
it's
seems
nice.
like a nice place, though.
It's so nice over here too. It's like 80 and sunny every day,
Nice.
but the sun hits like Florida sun.
Oh, it's humid.
Yeah. No, not really. It's just like when you're in the sun, it's hot as fuck.
So that's like more like
Maybe it's like Western.
Western.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a Vegas hot.
Yeah. It's okay. That's a better way to put
A
it. It's
dry
like
heat?
Vegas hot. Yeah.
Dry heat.
Dry
Good
heat.
one. Good dry heat.
Yeah. I pulled up
Good,
the
man.
dry heat.
And you bake. Don't be sitting on the sidewalk for a minute. You're
So
baking.
it gets hot there. Because
Hot
whenever I
as
think of
Fuck.
Albania and Slovenia and
Don't
all
you
these
think
places,
cold and dreary?
I
Yeah, but
think
like-
cold, gray, and just boring.
You're
Yeah.
also like, when I think of Albania and Slovenia, they're like very far from each other.
Oh, okay. I thought they were like neighbors.
I thought all the yuhs were
No,
close.
they're like super far.
Now, what part of the map is? If you were to look at a map, how far away are Albania? I already forgot the names of the countries you're
About
at.
one hand's worth.
Okay, all right, good.
He's a hand's worth away from Slovenia.
So Macedonia was let me recap one thing I have to touch on.
Macedonia sounds like a place where the dinosaurs roam.
I'm not it does.
It sounds like you went back in time.
It's
I'm going back to
also
Macedonia.
the place in the world, fun fact, that has the most statues of horses
Oh,
anywhere
yeah?
on earth. In case you're a horse person, that's your spot. I have had horrible luck at
Do they
border.
still travel with horses there?
No, well, actually, yes, we did see one guy. But I want to talk about my horrible luck with borders for a second.
Yeah.
I So it's crossing from Serbia into Macedonia. I don't know if you guys know like the history of this area a little bit, but when you guys were
We can't even
kids,
pronounce the country. You think we know the history of it?
NATO
I'll tell you-
bombed Yugoslavia, and it was like a big deal.
I was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
say the history just has to be full of murder and death.
Yeah.
That's all I probably
NATO
know.
bombed Yugoslavia. It was a huge deal. Serbia is still pretty upset about it.
okay.
And part of that was like a war that was going on between like Yugoslavia and Albania. So when we were passing the border, leaving from Serbia, you have to like go up to a guard with your passport, and they kind of have to let you leave, like stamp you out. This guy goes up. So Kira goes first. She's online first. Talking to her, he's like, "Oh, did you like Serbia? You had a good time?" And she's like, "Yeah, it was great." He's like, "What was your favorite part?" She said something or whatever. So I'm thinking this guy's super nice, right? This Serbian border agent, super nice. She goes by, no problem. I'm next, and
Well,
I'm
no
the
offense,
last
she's
guy.
a lot prettier than you.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
got aggressive. He asked me, he's like, "Oh, did you like Serbia?" I was like, "Yeah, it was great. I had a good time, whatever." Thinking done, stamp, leave. He's like, "Hey, I just want you to know, your people bombed my people in the 90s, and I didn't forget about it."
Whoa.
Stamps my shit. And I'm sitting there like,
Wait, when he says your people, he means Americans?
yeah, Americans.
Okay.
I'm sitting there like, I don't know. You ever have one of those like deer in headlights kind of like,
Yes. I mean, that would.
It's not-
That's it right
it's
there.
not what I'm expecting at all.
I would have said something stupid back. No, that's my problem.
I was like fumbling over my words, but then he stamped my thing and gave it back. So I just like scurried off.
Once he
Hey.
stamped me, I would have been like, fuck you.
Did you say anything, Chris, or did you?
I was thinking, I don't know that I said anything. I think I was like, I like it. And then he stamped it. And I'm like, all
Sorry.
right, I'm going.
Yeah. Your people.
My bad.
Yeah, I might have let a sorry out. I'm not sure. But I just, that moment, like struck with fear. Yeah. I don't, how
And I
did you
haven't
react to
forgot
that?
about it.
And
I love
yeah, that's a, that it's a great tag, and I haven't
And I haven't
forgotten about it.
forgot,
As
like-
he stamps you.
And this guy was like old enough that he was probably there or something. Like,
Right. Well, no, he hasn't forgotten about it. So
Well,
yeah.
basically, your people killed his people, so he's pissed.
Yeah, it was
Well,
pretty
our
wild.
people. Well,
Pretty
nothing,
wild.
nothing. I mean, I don't know the reason why we bombed them, but they probably deserved it.
you should just play this podcast for him. This explains it all, sir.
Yeah.
This
You probably
explains it
deserved it.
all.
I don't know
I'm
what you
just a-
did, but I'm thinking it was a good reason.
That's the typical fucking asshole American response. You probably deserved it.
Oh God. You should have been like, I don't even know where you are on the map. You think my people bombed you? Okay. Oh,
I couldn't have found this place if I tried.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You should have told him. Well, the only reason why I wound up here is I spin the globe and this is where it stopped.
Yeah.
My finger landed on this place, much like my people's bombs. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh
Fucking
God.
funny.
You should have been like, "God, we were just helping you with the reconstruction of this place. Look,
Yeah,
needed a
it
little
was,
spruce up.
you know. Look
It
at
was just
that new
some
building. You're
demolition.
welcome.
Yeah.
It's just some demolition from afar.
Yeah.
God.
We noticed you needed some housekeeping. So
So
I
was
don't know,
this
that
in
was
the
weird.
plan, or are you guys just country hopping now?
we plan nothing. We're making it up like a couple days before we leave every place.
So where do you come up with like, let's try Albania?
It was the natural next step if you're looking at the map. It was like
Oh.
if you looked and you had like maybe a pinky size in between them, it made sense.
What'd you pass over that wasn't deemed worthy?
Nothing. They're next to each other.
Oh, okay.
But what else is next to you?
So
Like,
we-
you could have went north, south, east, or west, right?
No, because there's still COVID restrictions.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So we
okay.
didn't have a ton of options.
Okay.
So we spent the time in Macedonia. It was fine. And then we left. We come to Albania yesterday. And I really don't have much to say about Macedonia other than it was fine.
What a
That's all.
surprise.
Yeah,
That's all I have to say about that.
all I gotta say
That's all
about
I
that.
can say about that.
So
All
we
right.
leave yesterday to come here, and I don't know if you, and you don't know anything, so I'll
No.
explain quickly.
You're not talking to a couple of history
Anyone who
buffs over
knows
here.
anything about Albania, known for the worst roads on the planet
Oh, okay.
and the
Are
worst
they worse than
drivers.
dirt roads in like the Middle East?
I'm sure probably some Middle Eastern dirt roads are
Are
a
they
little
worse
but
than the Belt Parkway?
they make the Belt
After all
Parkway
winter.
look like Rainbow Road in Mario Kart.
What about
Yeah.
109? What about 109 westbound?
You know, I don't have a ton of 109 experience.
Pete, did you freeze?
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
Oh, he's back.
there
I'm
he is.
back. Sorry, I don't know what happened.
Pete, you had the one look on. I couldn't tell if you. Were
I know.
answering,
I thought he was thinking. He's like the
He was
109.
just stuck like this.
Yeah, the 109
It's
westbound.
funny
huh?
because I was seeing you guys stuck too, and I'm like, but my thing keeps saying my internet is unstable.
Ah,
How
I'm
am
not
I in
even-
Albania and your internet's unstable?
I know. Yeah, it's terrible.
so the Wi-Fi's. I mean, I feel like the best thing we could judge your trips on is how good your Wi-Fi is.
Dude, this Wi-Fi is
Yeah.
fantastic.
That's a great way to.
So Albania's got the best Wi-Fi.
That's so far. Yeah.
But the worst roads.
The worst. Oh, yeah. So let me get back to that. So we're driving. It's a,
What? Every time we say roads, we freeze.
it's the government chiming in.
Yeah.
You like my fake freeze?
Yeah, I saw it. All right.
Natural.
I'm not gonna say that word anymore. I don't know who's listening.
So we booked tickets for this bus, right? Which for here, you can't like go online and book a ticket or even find out if there's a bus. You have to go to the station and like talk to someone and find out if there's a bus.
Okay.
So I go to the station and I talk to these people and they tell us, all right, yeah, there's a bus tomorrow morning at 8. Just be here at 8. And there's a bus.
I don't trust this whole
And
process.
that's about all you have to go on, right? Like there's no
It sounds like somebody's inviting you to a party in the woods. Like
Yeah,
there'll be
I
a
thought-
keg to be there.
you buy a ticket
8
and it's not
o'clock,
even a
be there,
ticket.
be square.
It's that.
Yeah.
It's not even a ticket. They give you the receipt and that's it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You paid when you went and talked to them.
Yeah. I pre-bought it in case it sold out, which was a mistake because we were the only 2 people on the bus. I'll get to that. We show up and there's no bus. There's a van with
Oh.
the bus company's logo on it.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're going to get on this van. And that's sketchy too. So
But let me ask you a question. So you're more sketchy to go in a van than a bus?
yeah.
Yeah, I think because you're closer to the driver. A bus you can sort of spread out. Am I
Also,
right?
a van, it just feels like this is just some guy's van.
Yeah.
Yeah, a van feels like a hostage crisis. Where a
Yeah,
bus,
but a
right.
bus is like that's an investment.
Yep.
You know, and some of these buses are nice. They're like coach buses. So like they're like nice. They got Wi-Fi usually. Not this
I
van.
was
though.
thinking a yellow school bus.
No. They're like nice, like they have Wi-Fi and you know, they're a little dirty, but like they're fine. But anyways, this van pulls up. We're the only 2 people on it. So we get on the van. And then I realized why they couldn't send a bus because the roads are like this narrow
Oh God.
and there's no highway. So it's just you're in between mountains like this for hours. Now, I don't get car sick. Kira gets very car sick.
Oh really? Okay.
So she pops 2 Dramamine before we get on the bus.
My next
Thing
advice
on the
would be
van.
just give her a bunch of Xanax and a bowl hit, and she'll be done for a couple hours.
You want to try to procure that in Macedonia?
Yeah, or maybe
Fair
just take a
enough.
trip to Punta Cana or something
Yeah.
and lay on a beach.
Yeah.
Might be easier. This gets good though. So we're
The next one is
winding
let
through.
me plan your vacation.
That's what I should do.
You know what?
I'd
When-
just be if Chick planned my vacation, I'd be going to see like where Tupac died or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're really seeing all the sights now.
I'd be standing in Las Vegas Boulevard trying not to get shot myself.
Instead, you're seeing where entire countries died.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
just their entire
exactly.
people died. Everywhere you walk was a tragedy.
You
Mhm.
just got threatened by someone because our people bombed his, and you're talking about my choices.
By the way, it's not a good sign when twice every time we talk to you, you're the only person on a plane, you're the only person on a bus. It means nobody's going that way.
Well, there's a virus.
Sure, there's a virus.
He keeps on blaming everything on COVID. It's like, Chris, well, the masks are getting lifted here. I don't know if COVID's a thing anymore.
Crazy. We got on a plane. We were the only ones there. We got on a bus. Only ones there. All right, go on.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. But I think I know why, because people don't take this bus.
Yeah.
Because you're winding for 3 hours up and down mountains, so the altitude is changing like crazy. Kira starts to get very sick.
Yes.
And now we didn't plan for this, obviously, so we got nothing. And the driver is very aggressively driving, and I'm not going to ask him to stop. So
Yeah.
we got nothing. So she pulls out like a Ziploc bag
Oh, no.
from her backpack, and she starts puking into the Ziploc bag.
Oh,
Like a Ziploc sandwich bag?
Yeah, like a clear Ziploc bag.
how big? How many gallons?
It was a
Ziploc
gallon.
bags? Oh, you're so lucky.
Yeah, I know it could have been a problem otherwise, but it gets worse. So she starts puking into this Ziploc bag, right?
That's gross because you could see it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nasty, and like the color was a little nasty too, because all she had was like yogurt or something in the morning, so it was like pinkish. Yeah, it was gross.
Oh.
And
Is that her in the background laughing?
yeah, she's right there.
Tell her to say hello. Get her over here.
She's dressed for bed. She's not coming over.
Oh. Hey, Kara.
I'll turn it here. Say hi. I say hi from a distance.
Hey, I hope
Hey.
you feel better.
Yeah, she's fine now. So she's puking into the Ziploc bag. Fills a good amount of it too.
Right.
And now we have this Ziploc bag of puke,
Mm.
Oh, that's great.
which you
Any
have to do
windows you
something
could roll
with.
down and
No,
drop it off a
nothing.
mountain?
Nothing. So
That's what I would have threw it right out of that mountain.
not
Yeah.
a chance.
Americans dropping more bombs.
She takes, you know, like how women carry those like makeup bags.
Yeah.
They're like
Sexist.
pouches almost.
Mm.
Oh, chick, I'm sorry. Do you carry one too? My bad.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
So we dump that out, and we go to put the Ziploc of puke in that to cover it, you know, so that it's not just a bag of puke. And it sits there for a couple minutes, and then I start to smell it,
Oh,
and then I got sick.
Oh my God.
And so I
can't,
grab
bro.
the makeup bag, and I open the makeup bag, and I didn't even get to the Ziploc. I started puking into the makeup bag.
so you puked on top of the Ziploc bag in a
Yeah.
makeup bag.
Yeah.
dude,
now
you're
we're
gonna make me
both-
throw up right
bro,
now.
we're both
I can't
sitting on
talk.
the
This
bus.
is like,
Puking into the same bag, chick. We're puking
Oh,
into the
this is
same
why-
bag.
I'm nauseous right now. I can take a lot of things. Like I can watch somebody like a lot of sick shit, but I can't talk about throw up and think about shit like that. It makes me sick.
Puke, I feel like I can handle blood. I can handle injuries. Puke is something that it gets me so bad. But
Because you basically inhaled her puke when you opened
basically,
that bag.
yeah.
Oh,
And then I kept
I can't, bro.
going, and then finally, like, felt great afterwards. I gotta say,
Yeah.
like afterwards, like my head was like clear finally for a second, and then the bus, we had like one of the stops that he had to make, so we were able to get off for a minute. And Kira goes to take the bag full of puke off the bus, and it starts leaking on her leg.
Oh my God.
Oh,
She kind of freaked out and just tossed it into a bush.
see, bro, I would have did the same. I would have immediately threw that out.
Yeah. So that was
Especially because
yesterday.
you're telling me it's hot. All I'm thinking of is hot throw up.
Yeah, it was
sitting in the
gross.
car.
Yeah, you could
Yeah, and
feel
it was
the
like a
heat
80
coming out of the
degrees out.
bag.
And yeah, it was good.
Oh, what did she eat? Just yogurt? So it was like stomach bile.
It
Oh.
was, yeah, the bus was at like I said, 8 in the
The
morning.
stomach
she
bile
just
cut a
had
hole through this
little
bag.
yogurt.
Oh.
Mine was straight coffee. I didn't have any food. Mine was just brown.
Oh,
Yeah. It's rough out there, man.
that
Yeah.
ruins the whole ride. How long into the ride was this?
She started puking less than an hour into the ride.
And how long was the ride?
It's about 3 hours.
Oh,
And yeah.
she only
Wow.
got sick that one time though.
Yes, because luckily once we got into Albania, there were a couple stops. So he could breathe for a minute.
All right.
But
you know
even
how
towards
much
the
that
end,
guy hated you guys?
I don't think he knew.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. You don't think he knew?
I
He
don't
didn't.
think he knew. 'Cause
If
he
you
was like-
smelt it, you don't think bus drivers?
we were
smelled it?
sitting in the back.
Oh, okay.
He was
All
in
right.
the
So there's a
front,
little
so
separation.
there was like some separation, and he
Are
had his own,
windows
he was
open?
on a phone the whole time and shit. And
Mm.
no,
Are
no
windows
windows open. I know. It's hot in there.
How are you supposed to smoke?
How are you
You're
supposed
not.
to smoke? He doesn't.
How are you supposed to smoke?
I've never been in a car where I couldn't smoke. He just blew his mind. Oh God.
Yeah, so that was yesterday.
That was
Wow.
yesterday.
Yeah. Coming back
So
strong.
wait, you kind of breezed through a whole. We haven't talked to you in a month.
Yeah.
So what did you wind up doing in Serbia? And then how's it been? What's going on? What are you up to? How's
It's
your
been
web
great,
page
man. We're
stuff
just-
going?
Yeah, we're just exploring a ton. We're taking a ton of like day trips to places around here. We've seen some old ruins. Those are always fun.
So what is like the most types of stuff that you see? And have you tried any crazy food or
No,
B, is half your shirt unbuttoned?
what the fuck
Fucking
was that?
weirdo.
The bottom is, yeah.
You're a fucking weirdo.
That's like you're like the guy who's on Zoom
You know
and he's
why?
like not wearing any underwear.
I had my shirt fully unbuttoned.
So just leave it unbuttoned.
Well, I tried to be a little professional and button it for the show.
Unbutton it. You look like an idiot.
It's
Or
pretty
just
much
don't,
un-
or just
unbuttoned.
don't stand up again.
So
Just
did
avoid
you
that.
see where we bombed them? Have you seen any of those places?
Yeah, we saw a couple places. We did. I
Do
think
you
I
feel
mentioned
like-
this.
We got them. Or do you feel bad?
I don't feel great about it.
Yeah.
You know why I don't feel great about it? Because it's like with any war, like you end up killing civilians, and like the people here are so nice.
Right.
And you have a problem with the government, that's one thing. But like when you
Yeah,
kill
but that guy
civilians,
hates you and you didn't do it. You're a nice guy.
yeah, but you know, what do I care what he thinks?
Mm.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I agree with you.
Yeah,
but,
just
like-
because he's misguided in it doesn't mean I have to be.
Well,
man.
just because they're nice people doesn't mean they didn't deserve to get bombed.
I think the day-to-day civilians that are just going about their day probably don't deserve to get bombed.
I'm not saying they deserve it, but I need to know a little more about what
I
happened.
think the
before
kids
Yeah,
I-
that
why
are,
don't we
like,
learn the
going to
history of
school-
what this is?
I just don't want to apologize for something that maybe I don't feel that we were wrong.
I didn't
to do.
apologize. I'm
Yeah,
just
and nobody's
saying,
asking you to apologize
Yeah.
over there.
I'm
You're-
just saying.
He's
I'm
already
certainly not
defensive.
apologizing.
apologizing.
Yeah, I'm
This
certainly
guy's
not
whole vibe over
apologizing.
there is
I'm just
I thought it was
saying-
a little unnecessary. Not him. The
I'm
other
just
guy.
saying
Right.
the government probably really did deserve it. And I don't know 100%, you know, there's like 50 different sides to this story, depending on who you ask.
So the guy who this is an Albanian problem, not a Serbia problem, right?
It's a Serbia thing. We bombed Serbia.
Serbia. Oh, so this
Yeah.
was in as you were leaving
Yeah, yeah.
Serbia. Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I don't know.
U.S. bombing of Serbia. I'm
Yugoslavia.
gonna look this up. Wait, of Yugoslavia?
Yeah,
Yeah,
1999.
it used to be Yugoslavia, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah,
So, but
look
back
into
to
it.
like the ruin stuff. So, what have you seen?
So we saw it's a ton of like castles around here dating back to various points. So the Balkans were like a really, throughout history, heavily invaded part of the world.
Mm.
It was basically where like the Europeans and the like Arabic people would kind of battle over where the border would end. So at various points, like the Ottoman Empire ran it, the Roman Empire. What?
The Yugoslavs were doing ethnic cleansing on Albanians.
Yes. Does
What,
that mean
man?
you bomb a kid on the way to school? I don't know.
I get it. I'm just
Ugh.
saying. I get it.
Like I said,
I'm
the
not
government
apologizing.
deserves it. but
Tell that guy, oh,
Chick,
we didn't forget about all the Albanian chicks.
Chick, we did a couple war crimes in Iraq. Does that mean you deserve to get bombed while you're smoking in your car?
But I get it.
I don't know.
I'm not saying I deserve it, but I get why we got bombed. If like someone bombed us because of our war crimes, I get it. I don't agree. I get it.
Right.
Right.
I wouldn't threaten them like, oh, I remember you. Your government bombed me.
You're
might,
really
though.
upset about this
He's very
agent,
upset
here,
about
aren't
it.
you?
Because I think it's such a ridiculous thing to say to somebody who's traveling.
Yeah,
I mean, clearly a young kid who probably was what, 4 when that happened?
I was 4. Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
wow.
ridiculous thing, but
Even
what do you want
shocked
me to
yourself
say?
that you knew that.
What?
I said, Chick, you even shocked yourself that you knew he was 4.
I knew he was young,
Yeah.
but I'm just like, I get it. I'm not saying, killing innocent people is all right, but it's like, there's a lot more to the situation than,
Oh,
and
there's
then
a
you right away, you make some douche comment to the only American you see.
yeah, there's a ton more to the situation, and like they still very much, like in Serbia, they very much hate Albanians, and Albanians very much hate Serbians.
Oh yeah, I get it.
There's still technically, I think, the war isn't officially over.
I got you.
Like
Oh,
it's
whatever.
over, but it's not like official, I think.
They're like always in conflict.
Yeah, something like that. Like the border, you have to go through a third country. You can't cross between the two
Okay.
because it's a hot border still. So
I
yeah, so it's wild, man. It's cool to see that stuff. Like that stuff alone is interesting to me because it's such recent history.
well, it's still going on.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
such recent history. Like even with Yugoslavia stopped existing in like 2006. Like
Was it 2000? I just figured it was always the 90s, but
it depends. So it broke up in the 90s, but they carried the name until 2006 when they
Really?
officially changed it to Serbia. Some places will say 2003, but
Okay.
some
but
places
it was the 2000s.
here,
Alright.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty close. By the
Yeah,
way,
it's
did you
wild.
see Bert Kreischer is filming a movie in Serbia right
Yeah,
now?
in Belgrade right now
Yeah.
with Mark
Really?
Hamill.
Yeah, he's gonna. I
Well,
guess
in
Machine.
90 Allied incidents where we bombed them, we killed anywhere from 489 to 529 Yugoslavian citizens.
Yeah,
It's a relatively low number in the grand scheme of things.
right. Until it's your kid.
there's
I get it. I'm just
there's
saying.
nobody more American than Chick.
There's
you
nobody
gotta
more
love him for
Amer-
what he is.
There's nobody more. I respect it.
We lost 3,000 in the World Trade Center alone.
He's going on
Look,
Wikipedia.
he's
like,
comparing. He's
not
comparing
even-
like attacks. He's like, well, dude, 9/11 was bad. 500's not bad.
I just said in the grand scheme of things,
In the
for a guy
grand
to make a
scheme of
comment about that, it's not like we killed thousands.
the Chick is on his thing where he can't not forget about that comment.
And the Japs, think about them. We
Japs.
nuked them. No, I'm saying we nuked them.
We've lost Chick for the podcast.
We nuked them, and they got over it to an extent.
Yeah, they got over it.
Yeah.
If you go
What
to
Chick
Japan,
is
you're
trying
not
to
getting-
say is
if you
get
go
over
to
it.
Japan,
over it.
no fucking guy at the passport line is gonna tell you, "I remember what you did to us in 1945."
No,
still
because
haven't
everyone
forgot.
then died.
By the way, you hold grudges, the most ridiculous grudges ever. You hold grudges from like 5 years ago of somebody didn't shake your hand or something.
Yeah, it was
And-
like someone
Shut up.
someone put
What
a
am I,
thumbs
Michael
down
Jordan?
on Facebook.
Anything on Michael Jordan?
No, we're not saying you're Michael Jordan by any means.
I told you we got a lot of similarities, me and Jordan.
We're just saying that you hold ridiculous grudges, and for you to like I can't believe this guy. It's just funny.
Just when he
No,
said
my
that guy
favorite
said
is his
something,
reason.
reasoning though is like 500's not a lot.
Not a lot
I said in the grand scheme.
in the
of things,
grand
it's not a lot.
scheme.
Oh, we're talking about millions of people. 500.
It's like a school shooting.
Not good.
I
What?
know.
Are
That's
you
a school
advocating
shooting,
for
by the way?
school
500
shootings?
people?
No, but I'm just
What
like
school?
comparing it.
When did that happen? When did I miss that? That's like a school shooting. You know, when they gunned down 500. Oh my God! Chick,
It
you
was
wanna-
90 separate incidents.
Oh, okay. So
That's
it's
like 5
adding
people
up.
a pop.
So yeah, I guess.
I
Yeah, I
feel
guess
like
when you
Howard
think of it like
Stern from
that.
Private Parts, when they're talking about the kids as half kills, that should be a full kill.
God, all right.
I'm sorry, Chris.
Chris is not going to be able to get out of whatever country he's
No,
in.
that's
They're
it.
going to
They're
hear this
watching
podcast
this.
and he's going to be locked up. It's,
Locked up abroad. It's good for the show.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
Maybe you can get a
I
credit.
guess when I
and
get
put us on
out.
the map.
Put us on the map. I'm sorry to completely derail that, but
No.
great.
That's why you're the best, because you focus on something. Like
Something so
Chris said that
minuscule.
like 15 minutes ago, and then you're like, wait a second. I'm not over this comment yet.
because I started seeing more facts.
You Googled the first thing you
on
saw.
One,
Wikipedia.
I don't Google anything. I'm
You
on
duck, duck,
DuckDuckGo.
go.
Oh, okay, easy.
Relax.
I'm waiting for him to
duck-
show up with a DuckDuckGo t-shirt.
Oh my God, it's amazing he won't.
Get
So
me
you-
one.
Get
me
you one. What are you talking
Oh
about?
my God, he's such a nut. There's
Look at
something, I'm telling you, there's something not right with him. It's really
But where
weird.
can I smoke? That is the best.
But wait, where do you smoke? And he's talking to two people that don't smoke. It's
Well, I feel like in those countries you could smoke wherever you want.
Anywhere, basically anywhere, but not on that bus.
yeah.
I bet you could have. If I had a cigarette and I would have been like, dude, can I smoke? He probably would have been like, sure.
Maybe you. But if you went up to him and you're like, dude, 500, not that bad. Can I smoke? Maybe not as much.
Yeah. Dude, in the grand scheme, I'm lighting up. Oh my God. What an adventure you're having over there.
Yeah, it's been fun. Having a
So
great
now
time.
you don't know your next move. You're
Not at the moment. No.
When are
okay.
you
We ju-
coming back stateside?
October.
October?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Really? You're gonna miss the summer over here?
Yeah, I'm getting the summer over here. What are you talking about?
What is
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
beaches and shit over there?
He's hanging
You
out
think
in
they
the
don't
ruins.
have beaches in Europe, man?
No,
I
they
didn't
don't.
say they don't have them in Europe.
Oh,
I don't
dude.
know where you are.
Check your
In
research.
the-
you gotta
if you're in the middle of Europe, on the end
Nah,
of Europe,
look up-
Europe.
look up Albanian beaches.
He's got beautiful. Don't tell him to look anything
No,
up.
I
He'll be
want him to
stuck
look
on
it
another
up so that he
subject
can.
for another.
Yeah, I
20
want him
minutes.
to make up
No,
stories.
I just want to see where Albania is. All right. Oh, you're on the coast. Okay.
He said, "Look up Albanian beaches." Yes, he's on the
So
coast.
what's next? Are you gonna go to Greece next?
If we still can't get into Greece, so
Okay.
Really?
So
Yeah.
if things change, maybe you go to.
if
Greece,
things
right?
change, maybe
about-
Greece. I want to go to Spain.
Yeah.
Why don't you go across the water, the Mediterranean, or the Adriatic, I should say, or the Ionian Sea to Italy?
Which one? You named like 4 seas. Which one should I go across?
Well, you cut both seas. You could go. I don't know
Yeah.
where you are.
It's the
Albania, you
Adriatic.
would- So you're near the Adriatic. So you're
Yeah.
in northern Albania.
I'm in northern Albania.
So
Yeah, I can cut across Italy. Same thing though. Right now we can't, but if they
oh,
let
okay.
us,
So
I want
Italy's
to.
still no good.
Yeah.
What about Kosovo?
Yeah, I heard good things about Kosovo.
Yeah. Remember that war we were just talking about?
Yeah.
It was about them.
Yep.
You went over Kosovo to get to Albania.
No, I didn't. I
Yeah,
told
you
you.
did.
You had to
to
go.
go. You had to
Macedonia.
Nick
go
is looking at a map. He's like,
Look at
"No,
him. No,
you had,
You had to get over
it."
Kosovo to get to Macedonia.
no, you didn't. You specifically cannot. Actually,
That's
Would
like
you have to
saying
go
you
to
have to.
Bulgaria.
no. I had to. No, you can drive straight down Serbia into Macedonia, avoiding Kosovo because you have to avoid Kosovo, and then into Albania.
Man,
And
this
this
doesn't
has
do a great
been-
job showing.
This has
The,
been geography.
Well, I think it's good because nobody knows where in the world is Carmen.
Maribor.
Yes, where is the in the
Did
world?
you
is
forget his
Carmen
last
Maribel?
name?
I have a cousin, Carmen.
Well,
Maribel, I
I
think.
didn't know how I wanted to say that. So wait, what do you? So what realistically, what might be next?
I want to go to the beach when it gets a little warmer. I think we're gonna be here in Tirana for a bit. I like it here a lot.
Did you just say Tirana?
Yeah,
Tirana?
Tirana.
Tirana.
I might be saying it wrong because I haven't. The
Oh
language
yeah,
here is
Tirana. You're saying
tough.
it right.
It's actually pronounced Tirana.
He's just east of Durez.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
Well,
I see.
yeah. So we'll probably be here for a bit. I like it here.
what about Montenegro?
On the list.
It is.
Possibility.
Now, is that a place
Yeah.
that you can get to?
They're coming out of a pretty strict lockdown right now. So I don't know what it's going to be in a month, but if it's feasible, totally. I'm open to
Alright.
basically anywhere you point out. It's like, yeah, if it works that way, yes.
You're just so close to a couple nice places.
I know. Well, what's killing me is I wanted to go from Macedonia into Greece and then up through Albania, but we just can't.
What about Bulgaria?
Just can't. I think they're going to start letting us in June 1st, but I do want to go there.
Okay.
So that's an option too.
So you're looking at how many more countries you think you're going to hit before you come back?
It's realistically, four
That's
or
a
five.
thing.
I'm gonna
Open
say
up.
4 or 5.
Okay, nice.
If things open up completely, 7 to 10.
Now you don't like to stay in any one place too long, so you, instead of really getting to see 3 places, you'd rather see 10 places a little bit.
No, I think we're learning. I love staying in big cities for a month. I think we're learning that we don't like small cities because there's
Okay.
nothing to do.
Yeah.
If you're not in like a big city with a lot of young people, because the problem with the Balkans is a lot of young people get up and move to Germany or France or something like that. So a lot of these cities don't have like a good young person culture, as in like
Gotcha.
bars and restaurants and stuff like that. So there are really only a handful of big cities in the Balkans that I feel like we could stay in for a month or longer. The rest of them are just so small and beautiful, but you just get bored after a month. And you're like, not even that you get bored, you're just like, well, I could be seeing other stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is there a thought of you going to Africa and hopping across the water there?
It's been discussed.
Now,
think-
where would you
I
want to
think
go?
Egypt would be cool.
Egypt,
I
yeah.
think Egypt would be really cool. I don't know
Egypt
how.
would be cool.
Yeah,
Or
I don't know
even
how
maybe
that works
Tunisia.
logistically. I have no idea how that works, but it's definitely being discussed.
Egypt would be awesome, and probably I don't know about Libya, but Tunisia, I think it's.
Well, you can't go to Libya.
No, yeah, I was going to say Libya. You can't. We want to go.
I think you can't go to Tunisia right now either.
What's up with Tunisia? I don't know
think they
anything
got
about.
I think they got an ISIS problem. That might be
Oh,
outdated
cool.
information,
Alright.
but I think they got an
I
ISIS.
didn't know
issue
you were
over
that
there.
close.
Yeah,
Well, no, he's very close to that. Where
yeah,
Africa.
super close.
He's right across the water from Italy. They're both just north of.
What
Africa.
part of Italy are you near? I guess
He's
it's
near,
all-
like,
it's
don't know.
silly to ask what part.
He's right across the way from the bottom.
B, I'm right across the
Toronto.
AGS.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
above
about a
the
hand-
Ionic or whatever the hell that
Yeah,
is.
I'm about a pointer finger's length away.
All right, now I got it.
Yeah,
What do you what? He's by Italy. He's right
I'm by
across.
Italy.
I know.
I'm right
We're-
there.
Southern Italy. Not
Chick's
so
like,
much
you want to go
Sicily.
see my people?
Yeah,
Where,
Just
Chick, where
like-
are you from in Italy?
yeah. Where
Uh,
do you hail from?
I believe we are 75% Napolitan, which is Naples, and 25% Sicilian.
Okay,
Okay,
That's
where you
what
get
50-50,
your,
actually.
that's where you get your
50-50.
tan from.
yeah.
50-50. Sicilian and Napolitan.
All right.
But neither one of those places are
Na-
necessarily close to where he is.
Naples isn't
Naples
even
is
that
on-
north.
What?
Naples isn't even north. It's south of
It's
Rome,
not
right?
north. It's
Huh.
it's in southern Italy, but it's on the west coast.
Oh, cool.
And then Sicily's the little thing on the bottom there.
What about you, B? From where do the Ryans hail?
Dublin, actually.
Dublin.
Yeah.
Are you from? Where are you from, Chris?
All over my mom's side of the family. We have no idea when they came to the United States. They've just been here forever, I think. Oh, one set of grandparents has been here forever. The other set is from Sicily,
Hmm.
But a while back. And then on my dad's side, they came from Chile in the 70s
Chile in the
or
70s.
60s.
Oh wait,
60s or
I knew
70s.
you were Chilean. I
Yeah.
remember
Have you ever
said-
been to Chile?
No, it's on the list though.
That seems like a cool place.
Other
to-
side of the world. It's gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, next summer.
Yeah, maybe.
So when you come back, how long before you hit back out?
That's what I was saying. He's gonna get back in October, and by December, he's gonna be like, I think we're gonna go to Chile now.
Yeah, probably like December or January.
So this is
So
like
is this the plan?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
curious.
yeah. This is the
for
plan.
how
This
long?
is
How long in your life are you gonna be on the road?
foreseeable future.
Really?
Let's say
Yeah.
you and the lovely Kira decide to have a baby, or it happens. Do you
Yeah.
still travel with the baby?
That would be a discussion to have when that happens.
I would love it if you guys still did.
I would love that also. Again,
Yeah.
that becomes a logistical problem.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what, bro? People can do it. You can do it.
Yeah, you could go across the Adriatic
definitely.
with a kid.
I think, yeah. I think they make
Until you
boats
have to
for 3
settle the
people.
kid down in school somewhere, you can do it.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
It's definitely doable.
Sucks for your
just-
family because they're never going to get to see the
Yeah,
little one.
that's like the thing that becomes the issue, but it's definitely doable. People
Are
do
you
it.
are you speaking of family? Are they like missing you? How is that going? Being away from your family for so long. And
We
Kira.
FaceTime
Okay.
weekly. And
But he also didn't go away to school, right? You didn't go away to college.
no, I didn't.
So this is the same thing in theory.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we FaceTime.
Except he's not in like Cortland. He's in Albania.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's also older and more responsible
True.
Yeah. So
with his
it's-
girlfriend, as opposed to a bunch of like frat boys just fucking partying.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's probably just like that.
It's
I would
just
imagine.
longer. You know what I mean? It's like it's a
There's
whole.
the thing is, if there's like a problem, I'm on my own.
Yeah.
You know, like, well, we're on our own. If there's a
Mhm.
problem, there's
Yeah,
no
don't
like.
forget about. Don't forget. I see
Yeah,
you look
yeah,
old.
yeah,
man.
yeah,
He
Yeah,
probably
you're like,
gave
I'm
you
on
the
my own,
eye.
man. I'm out.
yeah.
He's
No,
on my own. I'm out of here.
but that's the only difference because but there's like, you know, they have hospitals here, so
Well, that's
So what's the more
Things are good.
romantic of the two cities? The two countries.
I just got here. I think Serbia though, probably.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, if I had to guess, they seem to be a little more into it, but I don't know. I just got here. Macedonia wasn't romantic at all.
No,
It doesn't even sound.
it doesn't sound.
Dude,
romantic.
Macedonia, there's a thing about their history that I don't fully understand yet, but there's a big argument between Macedonians and Greeks because Macedonians say their history is like, you know, Alexander the Great and you know, the old Macedon Empire, which you learned about in school, is one of the most massive empires ever.
Yeah, I remember that.
But the Greeks say that's
I remember the name. I don't know much about it.
yeah, the Alexander the Great.
Yeah, no,
No,
I know.
not
Rick-
history, guys.
Right.
The Greeks say that was all their history, and they constantly fight over that. So like if you ask like anyone not from Macedonia, they'll tell you that the entire country is like a fraud.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew.
And
was
it's
its own
sort of the whole city, the whole capital city is like brand new. Like they just a couple years ago they invested like $1 billion and just basically redid the whole city. And it looks, if you look at the before and after pictures, they look nothing alike.
But it's beautiful, just boring.
It's beautiful. It's like it's boring and like there's not much happening behind the facade.
Okay.
It almost
it.
feels like a film set, like just like it. You know,
It's like a
looks
saloon,
really pretty.
but it's really not.
Yeah, you walk into
Yeah.
the saloon and it's like a warehouse.
It's a fake town. Yeah.
It's like a fake barkeep, and there's
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Guys just always washing glasses, but there's no drinks.
It's like when you go into a staged apartment.
Yes,
Yes.
it's just like that. Yeah, you get that
One
feeling.
of those little fake towns in like Disneyland and shit, or
Yeah.
MGM or whatever.
Right,
it
you're like,
is.
this is what a bar would look like.
Yeah. This is we're getting the half weird laugh by Beeb when he's half paying attention and looking at his phone.
I was actually looking up Alexander the Great stuff.
Want to refresh? You don't know who Alexander the Great is?
I know nothing about Alexander the Great.
I don't know much about him, but how do you not know him?
Yeah, you
I
gotta know
know
the
him.
name. Come
I
on,
know
man.
him the name, but honestly, I never. If you would have asked me that 20 minutes ago, I'd have been like, "Yeah, he's from Rome, right?" Like I have no idea.
Yeah, he's from. That was a chick moment.
I have no clue.
He was Italian.
He's
He's
Italian.
from Rome.
I figure any of those guys are from Rome. I have no.
You'd be right like
history.
90% of the time, though. Honestly,
What?
you'd be right like 90% of the
Well,
time.
yeah, of course.
It's a safe bet. Rome is a safe bet.
That's why that's where I always go to.
Well, I am I am very fascinated just because I never know where you're gonna be, and I like to see where you're going next. So this whole thing, but you got to start. I want you to start doing some dark tourist stuff for me.
I did. I went to. Did I not send you the video? I think I talked about it last time I was on.
Throwing up in a makeup bag over a
Yeah.
cliff in a van sounds
First
like
of all,
some
that's
dark
pretty
tourist
dark.
stuff.
That was rough.
How do you? Yeah, but you don't. How do you not have videos of Kira getting sick or you?
You want me
sick?
to take videos? I was
Yes.
talking about it. You almost gagged.
I know, but I still want a video of it. If my
You wanna
girlfriend
see
was
her
throwing
pink
up
puke?
and weaving through mountains, I have it on video.
Yeah.
I took on our YouTube. I have the dark tourism that I told you about last time. I stayed in that hotel that the U.S. bombed.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, okay.
Yeah, that was interesting.
By the way, I looked at some of you YouTube. You were like knocking yourself from some of those videos, and they were pretty good.
I don't like all the older ones, but
I,
some of
whatever
them
I
are good.
looked
Thank
at,
you.
they were I watched till the end. They were, it was entertaining.
Thanks.
I
That's
haven't
nice
seen
to
the
hear.
new ones, but
Well, I've seen some of them, and just to be on the same page, they're the montages, right?
Some of them are montages. Some of them are, yeah. We
I
just
saw
kind
that-
of stick some videos together sometimes. Like
right.
this.
Yeah, I saw some video. I don't know.
Yeah, there's not a ton of planning that goes into it, but we're trying to do better with these new ones.
And what's the site? What's the couples?
Yeah, it's
sites?
couple sites to see on Instagram, and we're building a website too, but it's taking a while.
All
All
right.
right.
Hard to build a
Does
website.
it? Do you seem to like are you two? You guys find yourselves getting closer? Like
Well, we
how's that
puke in the
aspect?
same bag this week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's like, you guys went through like
So-
10 years of marriage just in
Yeah.
that van
Well, that's
alone.
what I feel like. Well, that's kind of where I was getting at. Like,
Yeah, of course.
Is that
you know
what
what
it's
else
like
is
with
creepy?
Faded,
Let me show
honey?
you this. I got all these wires. Hold on. Let's see if I can show you this without breaking everything. You see
do you shit with the door open yet?
No, do you see that though?
I see a door.
Yeah, no. What you see is a window to the shower.
Ah, yes. You know what? I don't like that. I've
I
stayed
don't
in
like that
hotels
either.
with that.
Yeah,
I love
it's a window to the shower, and the door to the bathroom where the toilet is like a frosted window, but it's not
Yeah.
that frosted.
You could like see a silhouette, right?
Yes, you can see more than a silhouette.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I need my privacy.
Yeah, I agree.
See,
Now,
that's what I
don't-
was. That was why I asked. I said, "Have you shit with the door open yet?"
No, I don't. I like to.
You shit
I
behind
want
a
to shit in
frosted
peace.
window, though.
Listen, I like to shit in peace too, but I feel like you haven't been like, oh, I gotta brush my teeth. Fuck it, she's taking a shit. I'm gonna go in there anyway.
Oh, that sure, but like
That's what I'm
I
saying.
like to
you
shit.
guys
in
have
peace.
made it. You're already married without getting
Yeah.
married.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
All
don't. But I
happening.
don't love the window to the shower thing. I gotta say.
Can I ask why that bothers you?
I feel like if it were like a hotel room and the point of it was like, oh, we got a cool romantic hotel room, that's one thing. But
Yeah.
this is like day to day, just I'm taking a shower. Like
I really
I just don't
despise
like
that
I
in a
just don't
hotel.
like it.
Is it an upper window or lower window?
No, it's a full body.
That was full body.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me because I'm kind of a I don't care. Like I'll walk around my house naked.
Right.
Yeah.
But you live with your parents, so that's weird.
If I lived with my girlfriend, I would probably have less care to walk around.
Right.
You walk around naked with
I
your
know, but
parents.
I didn't want to
I
I
gloss
don't
over
walk
that.
around naked like with them around, but like if I have to do something, I'm not gonna put clothes. Like I'll just cover
Ma,
up.
can
a
you
little
check my balls? I think there's something growing.
Your mom's making sauce and
Fuck,
she's like,
man.
"Come here, Tommy. Let me see the balls."
No, I'm not. I don't do that, you sick fucks.
I don't know, man. You said it.
Yeah. Whatever you do, I'm sure.
Whatever you do, man. I'm happy for you. So what's new with you guys, though? I listen to most of the episodes most of the way through.
I beat cancer.
Yeah.
You didn't beat cancer.
No.
Number one, you did not.
He didn't even beat a
cancer.
polyp
You
yet.
didn't even have cancer. You didn't even, by the way, you didn't even maybe have cancer. I'm listening to that episode and I was like, the guy said it's like probably not.
Said it could be.
All he has
Worst
to
case
say is it
scenario.
could be.
you
and
were
shit
Jim
is
Carrey in what Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance. You were like
Hey.
almost excited for it to be cancer so that you could say that you
Listen.
beat it.
Worst case scenario.
Yeah. I got a little update for you guys.
Okay.
So if you listened last week, they were installing a chair up to my neighbor's apartment, right?
Yeah.
So that's fully in there now. I hear them yelling at each other all the time. Like if I go to the bathroom, like the lady is always yelling at the son, you know?
Who's the cripple?
The lady, the mother, yeah. So the whole time she was in the hospital, I was bringing up the mail and leaving it by the door. So at one point she didn't come back for a while, and I thought she might have died, you know? So I Googled her name to look for an obituary. I didn't find an obituary, but I found a mugshot of my neighbor. In 2013, she was arrested for leaving racist voicemail messages at an Amityville church.
How
crazy is that?
What a how fucking crazy is that?
Dude, it's nuts. And like, it was a few years ago, but like, if you Google her name, there's a
Well,
mugshot now.
Yeah, that racism doesn't go away.
No,
You got
and here's
yell
the
at a church racism.
Yeah, like that's like that's like
extra.
anger. Like
That's
you're,
like some KKK dirty fucking
Yeah.
fucking South shit.
Yeah,
Right.
it is.
yeah. So it's like a little weird now because I was always like, she's so nice, you know. And now I'm like, oh.
Did you hear the voicemail?
What?
Did you hear the voicemail?
No, but I saw the mugshot, and it's definitely her.
Can you send me the mugshot?
I will.
Yeah, I kind of want to do this.
And,
And
you're
now she's-
positive it's her.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, there's
I mean, same name and looks like her. It's got to be.
yeah.
Well, it
and-
almost makes me want to like put a screw loose in the chair.
Okay,
right.
Follow up thought. You
Mhm.
should get her on the podcast.
No, I don't see. I don't.
I don't need that smoke on
You
here,
should
bro.
get her
We
on
don't
I
the
need-
don't. Condone,
podcast,
I don't
bro.
condone that behavior. But I'll tell you, this is
So
the
what
other.
was it like?
Yeah. What was going through your mind when
Yeah.
you were dialing the numbers and you kept dialing and thinking, this is a good idea?
Yeah,
They
and
need
no,
to hear
no
that.
part of you, no part of you was like, maybe I shouldn't. I can keep these thoughts in my head. No.
Right. Exactly. And like, what happened at an Amityville church that you're calling upset and like it's crazy to me.
Something stupid happened, and then she felt like taking it out on all the people at that church.
Now the other thing is, so she's back here, but she's got like an aide, and she's got a black aide. So like, I kind of would like, do you think I'm sitting here and they talk a little loud, and I know
But I
their
tell you
name.
something, those aides deal with mostly racist old people.
Very true.
Know it. And I think two things happen. I think some of these people get humbled a little bit and realize that they're an idiot and naive.
The person that would make the racist comment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they have someone who's helping them and fucking wiping their ass and doing all this shit for them, who deals with all their bullshit. And I think some of them are just so old and stuck in their ways that some of these aides just probably, as long as it's not like thrown in their face, they just deal with it. And
Yeah.
they understand where it's coming from.
It makes you like appreciate. I mean, you got
Any
annoyed.
live-in aid is a godsend.
I
But
gotta
they
say,
should
I
get-
do
they
have a
should- they
story
should get
about this.
They should get
along
more
these
money.
lines.
Go on,
They
tell
should.
it.
Of course, they should get more money. But the problem is nobody wants a job because they don't pay that much. And
Crazy.
you know,
Yeah,
It's a
and it's a
crazy
tough
job.
job.
I had a couple of them who took care of my grandmother and my grandfather, and has to this day I still remember her name. Love that lady.
Yeah.
She's a fucking sweetheart.
Some of
But,
them, it's an unbelievable
they
job.
really are. They're godsends.
And
but
it's an impossible job.
I
Oh,
think
without
they
a doubt.
just know what they're dealing with, and they don't like it. Just kind of like it is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
they don't. It doesn't get in the way, or they don't have. Or these guys like I don't know how often they're throwing it in their face though.
So
Right.
I got one thing about this. So when I used to
go
work
on.
as a delivery guy for the drugstore,
Yeah.
we had an old lady who had an aide, and like she's really chatty. So like every time you went there, you could expect to chat with her for a couple minutes.
This is the aide or the actual person?
the actual old person.
Okay.
And she had an aide who was Polish, and for whatever reason, this lady really hated Polish people. And she'd like every time I'd go there, she'd be like, because how they are.
I'd imagine her
And-
just saying Polish jokes.
Yeah, well, like a lot of like, I guess like I guess being racist against Polish people was like a thing at a point.
Back in the day, they were
In-
racist against everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody got it.
But like at one point she was like, and I can't prove it, but I think she's trying to kill me. And so I told my boss that, and he contacted like the lady's daughter.
Are you what's the legal response for that?
I don't know what the legal response is, but I feel like you got to tell somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had told my boss about it, and he was like, all right, I guess I'll contact her daughter about it. And the daughter told us like, no, she's been saying this about every aide we've had for her. She just wants someone who's not Polish. And I guess the agency that her insurance covered like only got Polish people.
Why would they only?
I don't know.
Well, and this is because people who come over and have like get these jobs, I feel like they usually help their friends out,
Yeah.
family out, coming over. So I guess a lot of companies will probably have a bulk from wherever they get the first couple from, and
Yeah,
it's
well-
generally that
And you
ethnicity.
see a lot of ads for it around here. Like there are work in the US agencies.
Yeah, a lot of
that'll
them are
hook
from the
you up.
Caribbean.
Yeah. So like people will go,
So it's
if
like
you're
you sign up to do it.
yeah, if you're in your 20s or something like that and you want to go work in the US, you sign up and they might stick you, as an aide.
It's a great
or-
career move.
Yeah.
It's just funny how they only get Polish people to the person that hates Polish people.
I
I
thought
think
that was
it-
hilarious.
It would be.
I think no matter who they gave that person, she would have hated.
She
them
might have
probably.
hated it.
Oh, probably, but it was just
Yeah.
funny that it was a Polish.
That it was Polish. It would be it'd be really hilarious though if she was like, I think she's trying to kill me, but she's Polish, so she used a plastic knife or something. Like she just dropped in like awful Polish jokes.
She's like, and if they were competent at all, she would have done it.
Yes. Oh God. Yeah, well, listen, those aides put up a lot of stuff. I mean,
Oh,
that
yeah.
I would
job,
love to hear the stories what some of these aides have to deal with,
Yeah,
because
It's a rough
these
job.
people are also losing the control that they've had their whole lives, like their
Mhm.
freedoms,
Yep.
and now they're getting taken care of by someone they probably hated their whole lives, or at least had a
A disdain
ridiculous
for,
opinion of.
Yeah.
And that it's got to be humbling, but at the same time, it's embarrassing for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
a
that's
lot
what
of
they
them
get.
like live with the aide.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's an
And
adjustment.
by the way, let's not forget the other side. Sometimes some aides are terrible, and they like
oh,
you-
some of them
yeah.
are abusive.
But I tell
know
you,
it.
that's the problem. It's like, because at first, who do you believe?
right. It's a very tough situation.
There's like a real problem with abuse in nursing homes.
And babysitters, dude.
Yeah.
Do you ever see
Babysitters I
those
can get.
babysitters that just go to town on a kid?
Oh God. Yeah,
I
that's
have
the
not
worst.
seen that, and I don't.
Those
It
wanna see
makes
videos are rough to
me-
watch.
Like, listen,
that. Oh, I don't think I
guess
could
there's
watch
parents
that.
out there, but I'm saying there's parents out there who, because their parents have like a different view of it, like in the sense where like it enrages them. But as someone who doesn't have a kid, that enrages me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say in the grand scheme of things.
In the grand scheme of things, a few hits aren't that bad, right? scheme of things?
No, it
I'd
enrages
rather
me.
watch a woman throw up in a Ziploc bag than watch
Yeah.
one of those.
Me too.
nannies.
I don't. Yeah, I
Raw.
don't want you to send me any of those. I don't think I could.
No, I'm not. I don't have anything on. I'm
Those
Got
saying.
to imagine though, people
Ugh.
with now cameras everywhere. You got to imagine people got it. You're
But
just
what
a
is
moron
that?
if you
The
do
same
that.
thing
So-
with the old lady. What is that mechanism in your brain where you're like the parents leave, shut the door. You're like, I'm gonna punch your kid. Like,
Right.
what is the mechanism there?
And why that job?
And also, like,
Because
are you
those
sitting there your
people
whole
like
life?
to have those control issues. They're
Yeah,
fucked
but
up.
what, are you just
Yeah.
sitting there and be like, I can't wait to fucking hit a kid? Like, what are you doing?
No, you have a short temper, and then you take it out on the kid. So
You
he's
think it's like-
bothering
it's
you,
like a-
and then whack.
You think it's like a
It's-
reaction thing, not like a premeditated.
Yeah, no, not premeditated. It's a reaction. Like it's
Okay.
just, and like Chick said, people have like a
Well,
power.
maybe
What's
it's
that?
not premeditated, like in the sense where they're going there to do it. They just know if the kid gets out of hand, I'm gonna hit him.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't.
And it's funny how people that have like, they're on a power trip or whatever, they choose jobs where they could be in power.
Oh
Yeah.
It's just a weird way that everything works. People
It's not how it works. Just they put themselves in that
they
situation.
they put themselves in that situation. Ah, God.
It's not like it miraculously happens. But there's the other side of that. Would you want to babysit for someone with cameras all in their house? Like, wouldn't you feel
I don't want to
weird?
babysit at all. And I
Yeah.
think
No,
that
but-
people who do want to babysit shouldn't be
Knock
allowed
that
to.
out. I'm talking about, let's just say, young kids who need money and they're old enough to babysit somewhat of an older kid, like like a not a baby, but
Yeah, it
a
does
kid
get
who's somewhat self-sufficient, and they just they don't have to do much. But think about being a 15-year-old, say 16-year-old. You babysit, you're still not 18, you're underage, and now some other family has cameras all in their house, which is fine, but they could hone in on their phone and almost watch you.
Spy on you. Yeah.
Now, yeah, you're in their
Yeah.
house. Yeah, you're babysitting their kids. So that's the justification behind it. You don't think that's weird? Or maybe now
I
The
think
walls
it's
are
kind of
part of-
creepy.
now you have a husband, say a creepy husband,
Yeah.
watching some 16-year-old girl watching TV or some shit.
yeah.
like,
No, that definitely is a thing there.
Yeah.
But also, listen, that's if you're gonna take that kind of job this day and age,
well,
just
that's the
know
whole
that's
thing.
what
You
it
take
is.
that job and you have you knowing that it's going on. But now I'm just asking you, do you think a lot of people who were doing it when we were younger, like girls we knew that babysat for a lot, do you think there's less of demand knowing you're going to be
I
on like
think it's probably the same because the 15-year-olds now wouldn't know babysitting before cameras.
Yeah,
I guess you're
that's-
right.
That's probably true. Yeah, there's no more sneaking your boyfriend over to the old
Nah,
babysitting.
none of that.
Dude,
that doesn't happen anymore.
their front door gets open and they get an alert. on their
Yeah,
phone.
yeah. Somebody drives by on a bicycle
Yeah.
in front of their yard, they get a.
Now I want to further this. Is this too much that we have to see at our houses and stuff? Like too
I
much?
think it's a
security?
lot.
It's a lot, but your personal house and your kids, you should. I think it's a good thing that we were able to see what's happening.
I feel
But
like
you don't
those-
think an alarm system and like I don't know. I just feel like your kid knows you can see them and do like
I
yeah,
feel
it's
like
good.
some of
less
those
chicken
cameras
be-
though, like
I
the
just feel
ones
like
that
it's too much. When are you going to take the ban? Like, when are you going to give your kid some freedom or have some? How do you ever trust your kid if you could always see what he's doing?
Yeah,
it's not just that though. Like, what does that do to your brain if you're every time someone walks by your house, you get a notification on your phone, like, well, this person walked by. Like, I better check it out.
that would get me anxious.
That's what I'm saying. That can't be great.
If I was like a 12-year-old kid home alone, and every time something moved in the vicinity of my house, something went off in my phone, that would scare the crap out of me.
Well, now I don't have a strong opinion on this. I for once in my life, I'm just curious, like you guys, because I don't know how I would do it. Like if I had kids, I don't know what I would do.
I think with babysitting and kids, I would rather have the camera than not.
But do you think you'd have a camera in your house to begin with?
It depends. I mean, if I have a situation like that, there's just too many of those weird videos that you see that, listen, yeah, maybe if it's the 15-year-old girl that's babysitting your kid that lives across the street that you know very well, you don't have a camera. But I don't know, if you don't know the
But most of these
babysitter-
people don't put them in there, like because this person's doing. They're just there.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't have a camera just
Like,
in, like, you
I
mean
feel
just
like most of
all
these
the
cameras
time?
already they're in the house. And you just
Oh,
put
do they? Yeah, I don't know. I didn't
and
know.
you just put them on. Yeah, they're apps and everything, dude.
Oh, I didn't know that people did that. Just
Well, I have a lot of friends who are parents, and this is why I
Right.
really don't have an opinion on it because I don't know what I would do. And it just makes me think: how does it affect the kids knowing that they can always be seen?
Do they know that the camera's there? I guess they eventually figure
Maybe
it
not
out.
when they're very young, but maybe as they get older. I'm sure. I don't know. Some
Yeah.
of these kids will do it and talk to their parents. Like Mike, I think my cousin can talk to my cousin, like to my little cousin, like by pressing a button on the app, like an app, and it's like a speaker on it.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it. All I know is I think I don't know about having a camera full time in the house watching your kids. That does
Well,
seem a
listen,
little.
they're not watching the kids full time, but they just have them full
But
time.
you can click on or like I don't know. That seems a little excessive. But I don't have kids. I don't know. Or I just from the babysitter angle, I think it's not a terrible thing to like have
And
eyes.
that's why I said I don't have a strong opinion because I
Yeah.
do get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't want like it. Yeah, you used to as like a babysitter. You used to bring your friend with you, or like I've
Right.
been hanging out with plenty of girls with babysitting, and it's just like, oh, come by or whatever.
Right.
And even if you're not doing anything wrong, sometimes the
Right.
owners don't care. They expect it, and it's okay. Like that's part of the way you get the babysitters. Let her have her boyfriend over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or
But there's too many creepy people out there.
exactly. And that's
And
why
not
I'm
that
Isn't there
saying-
something
There
too,
was back
like
then too. There was just no.
Well, I have this debate with my cousin about it because she's like, it's different these days. And I always say, no, it's not. It's just more out there because everything.
I agree
is-
with that.
Yes.
Like, are you going to tell me that people are creepier now than they were years ago? No,
No.
I don't
No,
think
More
so.
probably not.
brazen. They were taking kids during their paper routes in in the 80s and 70s.
Well, that's what and that's my point is like they were always out there. It's just now when you have the ability, technology has given you the ability to keep tabs on your kid.
Right. But
You do it.
now if like there's the terrible story about like this kid that was in his paper route. There's like they had a documentary about it. But he's just in his own neighborhood in the morning
And it got taken.
and he got taken.
Huh.
Yeah.
Today, that guy would have been found by that afternoon. That kid would.
Is that true though? Because how many
That's
kids
probably
still go
true.
to-
It's probably true. Listen, you have a ring thing. You're
I
Yeah,
understand
that
that.
if the kid had
Even
like
when
a
things are
phone or
caught.
something like that, you can
Phone,
track
even
them.
Even when things are caught on film, how often do those? Yes, those cameras do save a lot of things. I get it. I'm not doubting that, but kids still get taken. Like it's not like that's gone.
No, it's not gone. But I mean, I think it just adds a
I wonder
whole
if it's
so-
less
way
though.
of finding them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it a good deter like to people? I don't know. I'm just curious how
I
the
feel
whole
like
thing-
though, because if you're a guy who's like plotting to take a kid, is a camera gonna stop you from taking a kid? You know,
No,
like
'cause you're a
Figure out a
moron.
way
yeah,
to do it around the
because
camera.
you're right.
But there's always a camera that you're not gonna see. Like if you look at any kind of violence that happens, there's like
Well, every
there's, like,
street camera, they got the red light
yeah, that's what,
cameras.
so
there's
like
cameras
there's
everywhere.
several view. We're being filmed all over the place,
Oh yeah.
and for the most part, it is kind of creepy. But it's
You know what's funny? They were saying about like the anti-vaxxers.
yeah,
Like they're worried about getting the vaccine. Some are health. Some are worried about like that they're going to be able to get microchipped and shit like that. And it's like, but you have your cell phone. They know where you are all the time anyway.
I know.
Well, that I always think that's so silly when people are like, I don't want the government to know where I am. I don't want them to track me. Like you're on Facebook.
You're on Facebook. You have a
Yeah, I
cell
know.
phone. You have a computer. Like they know where you are, bro.
All the time. Chick, we got to talk about your post.
It was great.
That was fantastic.
That's how you make. That's how you prove that words. And it wasn't even that. Like I was taking a stand, but I don't even care. Like
I know. That's what's hilarious about you. You'll take a stand in something and with nothing behind it. You just don't care. You just want to get a reaction from people.
I was
Stir in the
getting
pot.
comments and reactions from people I haven't seen or talked to in years.
And you got like
just
100
because I
comments.
put the word, and it's just because I put the word anti-vaxxer.
Right.
If I would have put those who aren't vaccinated aren't allowed to wear masks, and us vaxxers, us people who got vaccinated are going to be able to, it wouldn't have been as aggressive, right?
No.
You change that statement, you put anti-vaxxers where now it's a dig at people take it as
For people that don't know, what did you write on your post exactly?
So all I put was anti-vaxxers, mask up, us vaccinated folk are able to go back to some sort of normalcy.
Folk.
Okay.
All right.
But I just said that because I found out we don't have to wear a mask anymore.
Right. It doesn't even affect you that much.
It doesn't even affect me. I don't care. And everybody who's not vaccinated is still we're not going to wear a mask because the whole thing's done in the honor system.
Yeah, it's a free for all.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be a free for all. And nobody is going to want to accuse somebody of not being vaxxed and do it because they're just going to have to start a shitstorm.
Yeah.
So it was just like, and I just knew saying that people were going to or just get annoyed.
And you're right. It's the anti-vax things that people like get defensive. Like, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. And everybody's first thing is I'm an anti-vaxxer. And their first go-to is everybody who got the vaccination is a sheep. Yes.
Yeah.
Which I could say the same about everybody who's not, because they're the sheep, just the other sheep. There's two sheep right now, apparently, which I don't agree with that per se.
How many sheep do you think there are? A herd?
No, I just think that it is what it is. I mean, you want to go out.
This reminded me, I'm not going to do the joke because I won't do it well. But Nick Tardo, who was a guest on our last couple of podcasts, he's got a great joke right now about the sports stadiums opening up again, and you have the anti-vax section and the vax, and he does a whole bit about like people doing the crowd like anti-vaxxers.
Yeah,
you are sheep, like the vaxxers go. It's a great bit, and I'm not doing it justice, but it's such a
But all you have to do is put up a post like I did, and you can see it. There's the people who everybody who says they got vaxxed is just like, I just want to be able to do things and not have to worry about the mask. And then here's the two things that everybody who doesn't get it and why they think they're so smart and just more overall better people than the ones who are getting it is you're a sheep for getting it. You just do what you're told because they're the real smart people who stick it to the man and they don't
who read something on Facebook and they're like, oh, yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
This poorly made meme told me that
some poorly made meme told me
that Bill Gates eats children and the vaccine is poison.
And then the other common thing is you could still get it. Why would I take the vax? No one ever said it was a cure and you couldn't get it. It's supposed to lessen the symptoms. So maybe if you were going to get hospitalized, you won't have to get hospitalized. Or maybe if you weren't going to get hospitalized, but it was going to be bad, you may just be more of like a cold.
Yeah. Or you might not get it either. Like I said,
or you may not get it at all.
I got the vax. What did he fall? I got it. I was around 3 people that got it the night I was with them, and I didn't get it. I got nothing. So like,
great.
So like that's the whole thing. Is you're right. Nobody knows exactly what makes you happy. But I think most of the excuses for people, like someone said, it changes your DNA. That's not true. Like most of the reasons why people are saying that it's not is because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Nobody knows because
they said it's an RNA changing. It changes some of that, but your DNA code, your DNA does not change. Your DNA is the same. Your DNA, whatever they call it, is going to be the same before the vaccine as it is after.
The whole thing is crazy.
They're convinced it's altered.
The problem is there's too much of what we're doing right now. People that don't know anything.
I was gonna say
have an outlet, and we could talk. We could say whatever, and none of us are experts.
Yeah, but I don't claim to be one.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
But I don't claim to be. I just want
that lighting that you got there actually looks like you're about to drop like you're gonna say something smart with that lighting, but like enlightening.
Yeah.
Like you're about to
so my whole thing was just to
motivate a
stir the pot.
generation.
And some people commented because they know me and they knew what I was doing and they laughed at it. Some got offended. Some, and then like whatever. But it was fun. I had about 80 something comments. I thanked everybody for participating.
I thanked everybody for participating in my experiment. And it is great. It blows my mind. Like I
want to know my favorite part is the people who, I don't know if they don't think that you see it or whatever, is the people who won't like the post, right? But you could tell they go on it, they read it, they have an opinion about it, but they either don't want to comment because they're afraid of a response, they don't want to get into it, they're busy, whatever it is. I'm not,
Right.
nothing wrong with it, but they just like certain comments.
Yes. Yeah.
So like, I'm
Comment
one of
like
those guys who when I go down a post, I know who read it, who like, so you could tell the people who just read it and like certain people's comments. So you could already tell what their view and their thoughts are.
They make their thoughts known on a like.
Yeah.
Yes, they make their thoughts known
What
on
a
a like.
ridiculous word.
It's like you didn't even have the thoughts to get it out. You got to just, yeah, what he said.
You're
Well,
just,
that's what
like,
I
letting
always
people
laugh
know.
about.
I agree with
told
this
those
one.
people. Yeah, those people are the ones who use others to speak for them
Yeah, that's
because
right.
they either don't have the, I don't want to say intelligence, but the wittiness to either respond in like a playful banter way. They only want to insult you. Like there's no like, I don't know. They just they don't know what the
They don't
fuck
have
to say.
tact.
Yeah, exactly. That's just they don't know what to do.
It's amazing to me. I am so different than from you. Like just with this, like I get bothered when I get one notification on my Facebook. I'm like, what is this? Don't.
And Chick,
like, if-
Chick is just smiling ear
and he
to
loves
ear
it.
as they're
Like
coming
if
in.
I get tagged in a photo, like I'm like, oh, what is this? And
I
you're
like I
you
give
love it.
everybody who comments or likes or does something will get a response back from me.
what
It's
a
my
luck-
post. I hate when
how
people put
lucky.
up posts, though. You put up a post and then people comment and do things on it, and the person who put it up vanishes. Like, what's the fucking purpose?
True. Yeah. No. I know.
In my opinion.
Nuts.
So the way I look at it, I don't comment a lot, but when I do, it's usually a good post like that. It's usually a pot stirring post, and I'm gonna interact with everybody who responds. And if you look at all my responses, it was all playful and nothing, no insults, no, it was entertaining.
No, you play it well. You kind of you're not you make them look like fools because you're like, I don't care.
I don't care.
You
If
drop
they come back and they're like standing on their keyboard,
One person, the
writing,
first comment I got was from an ex-girlfriend of mine. And I actually genuinely, I like the girl. She's a good girl. And like, whatever, like, you know, we still talk and obviously we follow each other, no issues. But she writes like a paragraph and then I'm just like, LOL, okay.
he wrote
And
two
then it's-
paragraphs, right?
Yeah. And it's just like, I don't take the time to really, I don't even care that much to write that much.
you even read the responses that you get?
Yes, I read all.
Oh, you do?
yeah.
I feel like sometimes like if I do something like that, or if I'm reading something like that, like I'll be midway through reading and be like, all right, I don't care about this at all. And just
No,
Yeah.
I like it. I put the post up for the reactions. I'm not going to not read the comments.
Got it.
that's
All
fair.
right. Very interesting, man. Well, I'm glad you did that. As like
It went on for 2 days.
as
Oh,
so
shit,
much.
really?
I'm such the opposite person. I want none of that in my life. It's funny to you love it. Like
It's nice to watch it directed at someone else. Like
yeah.
I get to
don't-
live
I didn't
through
even
your
know what that
experiment.
was. Like I saw it the first day, and I didn't know it
It's
could.
like picking a topic that everybody's down the line,
Yeah.
and I'm just going to hop on one side and see what happens. And let's see what happens.
Nice.
So, but listen, the way I look at it is I know people who are like that who will put up these ridiculous posts and then are shocked when they get responses.
Yeah,
That
that's insane. Yeah.
or they turn to insults and it becomes like a pissing contest of insults and nobody puts the facts or anything. This one was strictly an opinion-based pot stirring thing, and there was no insults being thrown. It was all, in my opinion, in good fun.
It was a good job by you, Chick, and I enjoyed it.
But I know we're going a
Ditto.
little long, and I do want to.
I was
I
waiting
have-
for you to stop talking about this. This went about as long as that post.
Yeah.
I have 3 picks this week.
You have 3
Ooh,
picks.
he's back
Good,
with 3 picks.
you were letting me down there with the
Yeah.
one pick. Like
No,
what is
I
one
don't
pick
want to
Chick?
just throw out garbage.
It's
so
not
I'm only gonna
Chick's
pick the
pick.
things I like.
like
Okay.
but that Son of Sam thing was fantastic.
It was great.
Yeah.
So one of them is okay. So it was originally a CNN show, but now it's on HBO Max. It's a 2 seasons out. The history of comedy, and they're like 40-minute episodes, and it's just like interviews with comics about different topics of comedy. And I'm like a few episodes into the first season, and it's great.
Very
I
good,
love
yeah.
documentaries
That's
on
cool.
comedy. And because we do a lot of comedians on here, I like to put that as one of my picks.
Yeah. Did they
The
throw me in
sec-
there at all on that documentary? Am I mentioned at all? In the
No,
history?
I'm not.
all
I'm not up to the
Well,
door.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get there yet. You
Season
guys are
2.
coming.
All right. Yeah. Check me out.
Can I tell you? I can't wait to see a bunch of the comics that we know, and I'm hoping it happens. Obviously, you never know.
Yeah.
That they're on one of those like Netflix shows where you guys all get like an episode.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
You know what I'm saying? Those short ones where they're like 15, 20
the
minutes.
degenerates or whatever they call it.
Yeah, some shit
Yeah.
like that. That's what you guys need to do.
Oh.
Yeah, P, why don't you get on that, P?
Jesus. What the
Come
hell am
on.
I doing? All right.
Why don't you guys put it together and sell it to Netflix? Everybody can get on Netflix.
Yeah. Because
Ye-
we're not good
no.
enough yet. But anyway, go on.
But anyway, we'll get there. The second one,
Will
and I don't
gets
know.
there, by the way. He says.
Well, of course,
Yeah.
it was his idea, so
Yeah.
it's executive
When it
produced
happens,
by
he's gonna
Chip.
go back to this podcast and he's gonna be like, I told him to get on Netflix. See?
I'm falling a lot
They
today.
listened. All right, go on.
So the next one, I might be a little biased because I love Amy Adams.
I don't even know who that is.
She's a gorgeous little redhead.
I'm gonna need more than that. I'm gonna have to look this up.
Okay.
The Woman in the Window, new movie on Netflix.
Why is she in the window?
Yeah, sounds
Because she's
fascinating.
agoraphobic, like I once was.
Oh, so you
Oh, that's
related to
interesting.
her.
Okay, that is interesting.
I do. I related to this. And what happens is she starts snooping on everybody
Oh yeah, she's
around her house, like her neighborhood, and witnesses a crime.
I love when his voice goes like she's gonna be and witnesses a crime.
crime.
Like we were gonna be shocked that she witnessed a crime. All right.
But it's a good movie.
So she's
Thriller.
essentially like a camera in the window.
She takes pictures. She's
Yeah.
all she does like her own investigating, and she's agoraphobic and never leaves her house.
Okay, one question though, like, is all the evidence just being brought by her on like a train or something like that? and she's snapping
it's not that
photos?
ridiculous. No, it's
No,
not
but
that ridiculous.
is half the movie just us looking at her, like just a shot of the house and she's in the window? And you're like, what's she doing in there? It's part of the art. You have to figure
Listen,
it out.
Redhead in that window over there.
Out of 10, it's like a 7. But it's a good. It's
Okay.
entertaining.
Seven's pretty
All
good.
right, all right. That's a good number you're giving it. All right.
6.5, 7.
Oh,
Oh,
see, we're going
we're
down.
going
Six
down.
and a half. All right. Lady in the window. All right.
The Woman in the Window.
Oh, she's a woman. She's
Oh,
a full-grown
yeah.
woman, guys.
Did you
don't
look
think-
up Amy Adams?
I did. Yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
She's very pretty.
She's beautiful.
You being sarcastic?
Just
she
go
is.
on, you dummy.
Yeah, I don't know. She's in other stuff. I just can't think of
Yeah,
anything
she's
else.
in a lot of other shit.
Yeah.
That's my girl. The other one is The Crime of the Century, and it's on HBO. It is
It's when
a
that
new
agent told Chris that he's got a problem with Americans. That's the crime of the century right there.
Well, now I have to look up some documentaries, and those will
Yeah.
be my next picks. Are going to be the U.S. bombing Yugoslavia in the late '90s.
All right. So what the crime of the century? What's that?
This is a documentary, a 2-part documentary on HBO, and it is basically about how opioids came to be, how they were developed, why they were developed, and how they changed over time and became such a addicting drug and overprescribed.
That
And
sounds
how-
familiar. I may have watched this.
But it's how this is brand new, so you may have seen things
Oh, then
on
maybe
it.
I
but-
didn't.
There was
but
like
this is a
that
relative-
Opioid Express was a big one.
Exactly, but like it's basically how it was started on a lie almost.
What is happening with your camera?
What's
today?
happening?
Oh, sorry. I put something in front of the
Uh.
camera. I didn't realize it.
This guy's got
Yeah,
good
you
on
can-
camera
by the way, if
awareness.
you're still listening, you can find us on YouTube. You can see our faces for this episode.
Way to tell everybody an
Yeah.
hour and 70 minutes in.
Yeah,
In case
exactly.
you want to go back and re-listen.
Go back and re-listen to that whole Yugoslavia talk. You're gonna
Yeah.
love it.
But yeah, so basically it shows how they were just made, and from the get-go it's been something that's been lied about, and it's really interesting.
All right,
It's very long. It's two-hour like two
hour. That's too long for me.
Well, it's like four.
I'd rather 1 hour than 2
Yeah,
2
so would
hours.
I.
For 1 hour.
So would I. I agree, but
Yeah.
it's still very interesting.
All right, fair enough. Is that all you got?
That's all three.
I got one. I have one too. I want to mention today. It's not a movie. It's a podcast.
Oh, I like where you're going. I know where you're going.
Do you? All right.
Yeah.
In lieu of the New York Knicks being the 4th seed, there is a podcast out there that I'm really enjoying.
I wasn't sure you were going this way, but I love it.
Yeah, you might like it, Chick. So
Which way is he going?
It's a podcast hosted by Chuck D. It's called Shattered: Hope, Heartbreak, and the New York Knicks.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's basically, it brings you through like after the collapse of the 90s Knicks to the James Dolan era, Isaiah Thomas, to losing out on LeBron. I'm midway through it. It's really interesting if you're a Knicks fan and you're excited about the what's going on right now.
Yeah, let's give the Knicks a little congratulations with a 4 seed home court advantage for the first round starting Sunday.
Yeah, very exciting. So check out that podcast. It's called Shattered. Chick, you might like it. Where did you think I was going to go, by the way?
I'm going to shout it out now, but the What's Beef podcast.
Oh, of course, yeah. What's Beef? Chick got a nice little mention in What's Beef. Well, the whole Adult Baby's got a nice mention in the What's Beef.
But not even that. Neil's always big up in us. We owe him, and I actually listened to it, and it was very interesting.
I gotta check that one out.
It's Andrew Bergman, right?
Bergen, yes. Andrew Bergen.
Bergen. Would I say Bergman?
I like Bergman, though.
I want to start calling him Bergman now.
Yeah, I like Andrew Bergman.
But
wait, what's it called?
Bergen and Neil Rubenstein, and it's
Neil Rubenstein. Yep.
Rubenstein. I can't get any of their names right. B. Give them the plug they deserve.
Yeah, so two former guests of the show, Andrew Bergen and Neil Rubenstein. We have talked about it on this podcast before, but they have a podcast about food where the two of them just discuss food in detail. And it's interesting. I like it. I like their whole vibe.
I like their whole vibe together, and I look forward to a lot more episodes with them. And
those two are hilarious. I can listen.
They're both funny individually, and I like them together too. They got a good thing going.
Yes. And one more thing. I just want to. Can I plug something?
Yeah, go for it.
Next Thursday, I have a show at. It's in Bayshore, at a place called Fire Island Vines. It's like a wine place. They sell wine. I believe wine out of taps. So it's like almost like a brewery of wines.
That's kind of cool.
So it should be interesting. And I got to be honest, the lineup is so good. And everybody on the lineup has been on our show. So
nice.
It's featuring Matt Aravallo. He was on our Christmas episode. Travis Grant hasn't been on the show yet, but Travis Grant's hilarious.
When's the show? Let's get Travis on before the show starts.
Yeah, I want to get Travis on. Christian Hahn, and it's hosted by Neil Rubenstein.
Powerful lineup.
Neil's back.
Yeah, and also this is the Comedy on Tap guys. They run great shows at Lithology and all over the place, and at Broadway and Fire Island Vines. John Sell and Danny Zaglin, great guys. We have to get them on the podcast as well. So yeah, that's next Thursday. I know it's a Thursday; it's a little tricky, but it's a real killer lineup. Like everybody on there is really good.
I might try and get down to see that one.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to get those. Yeah. Chris,
sounds like fun.
We'll live stream it. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's Fire Island Vines next Thursday at I don't know, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Well, if you made it to this far, thank you for listening. Chris, we'll see where you are next time we get you back on.
Sounds good, man. I'm happy to be back. This was fun.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. It was great catching up with you.
We love having you back. We're glad to see you still alive and healthy. And until the next time.
See you then.
Until next time.